No, I think that's a good plan. If you stuck to the fasteners that we were talking about.
I agree. All right, well, I'm gonna go cut some material, Jim.
All right, good. Hi, I'm Jim, and with the help of my neighbor Chris, we're going to install my new Latitudes composite deck and even add a smaller deck for an outdoor fire pit. Should be great. You can see here we've already removed the old decking and we reset our railing posts for 6 foot on center spacing. Now before we begin, we've got some decisions to make, so let me show you what I'm talking about. We decided to install our decking on an angle for better visual effects, so that means we have to place our joists 12 inches on center. Normally joists are placed 16 inches on center. Okay, we had a choice of either Latitude slotted decking secured with these equator hidden fasteners or Latitude solid decking secured with composite screws. Well, it was a tough decision, but we selected the slotted decking because we like the clean look it provides and because installation is faster. Because we chose Latitude slotted, we want to conceal the slots on the perimeter of the deck. One option is to use Latitude's fascia, which is right here. This is designed to box in and conceal all the slots of the deck boards. The fascia, by the way, is also used to cover the treated rim joist, which is right here. Now, a second option is to lower the fascia and actually picture frame the perimeter to conceal the slotted decking. This method requires you to rip the slot off the outside edge of the perimeter deck boards and then router the top edge to match the factory profile. And our last option is to picture frame with a Latitude solid board and cut biscuits for the equator clips on the inside of the first board only. Then use equator slotted decking for the rest of the deck. Well, we decided to use two methods, one for the large deck and then a different one for the small deck. And now that we've planned for the perimeter board, what do you say we install some decking? Well, we started to install our Latitudes decking. Now there are two methods for installing the equator hidden fasteners. For the first method, place the clip on the joist and tighten the screw. The other method is to place the clips along the entire length of the board with screws partially driven, install the next board, and then go back and tighten all the screws. Well, that is slick. Now what you might want to do is experiment with each method and see which one works best for you. Remember, be sure to gap the ends of each board according to the temperature at the time of installation. Refer to the label that's on the decking for proper gapping instructions or simply go to latitudesdeck.com. We're now installing our Latitudes deck stones. These 16 by 16 stones are perfect for use with barbecues, fire pits, or outdoor fireplaces. Now, our smaller deck is framed 16 inches on center. Latitudes deck stones have a rib pattern on the bottom. You can see it here. And be sure to have these ribs running perpendicular to the joists for optimum strength. Here you go, Chris.
Thanks, Jim.
What we do is drop a stone in place and add the necessary connector plates and screws for the next series of deck stones. And we'll just continue doing this until we're done.
Jim, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put some fasteners in the board here.
Sounds good. Moving right along here, a few finishing details and our deck surface will be done. Chris is going to install the perimeter picture frame we talked about earlier. We do have to use a few fasteners here, but they'll be under the railing and they will be inconspicuous. Remember, where you do have to use fasteners, use only recommended fasteners and pre-drill for optimum appearance. Go to latitudesdeck.com to find a list of recommended fasteners. I'll give you a hand. Yeah, this will be a nice look. Lastly, we'll install our fascia board. In order to add a little design flair and break up this space, we're going to use two pieces of fascia like this to create this waterfall look. And you want to use fasteners every 16 inches.
Well, Jim, we finished installing our decking and wow, it looks incredible. No visible deck screws, no blemishes. Man, I am jealous.
Not so fast, Chris. We still have a little bit more work to do on the railings. Actually, a bunch of railings. Can you stick around?
Oh, no problem.
Thank you. What we're going to show you is an abbreviated version of the railing installation. Please make sure to read all the railing assembly instructions before you begin so the installation is proper. This is one area where you don't want to take any shortcuts. After sliding on the post sleeves, first measure the width between the rails and subtract 1/8 of an inch off each end. This deduction provides space for hardware. Cut the lower inner rail and the top inner rail at the same time so the holes are aligned. Hang the bottom brackets Add crushed blocks to the bottom inner rail and install the assembly to the posts. Next, take the bottom U-rail that's been trimmed to the full measured length, then build a rail section with balusters and top inner rail. Pre-drilled baluster holes make the installation much easier. We created this little drill guide for consistent hole placement. Once the assembly is complete, test fit the section to determine where the top hardware brackets are to be placed on the posts. Install the top brackets, then place and secure the pre-built section. Finish with the top U-rail secured by screws from below. All right, one down, 10 more to go. And that went pretty fast, didn't it, neighbor?
Oh yeah, but it's still gonna cost you.
I figure.
Well, Jim, I think I better go see what's up with my wife, Lori. I think I heard her talking about her new deck.
Oh, great. I'll be over in a minute. Well, here it is, our new Latitudes deck. It looks fantastic. And this lower deck with Latitude deck stones is really cool, and it's functional. Now Latitudes offers plenty of attractive matching post caps, and a few even have solar lighting built in. My wife picked out these white solar caps, and I think they're the perfect finishing touch to our new railing. Installation of the Latitudes decking was simple with the equator hidden fasteners, and the new Latitudes railing has no visible hardware. Best of all, no staining, no sealing, so instead of maintaining our deck, we're just going to enjoy it. Till next time, cheers.
Cheers.